Hey gang, it's Deltia from DeltiasGaming.com. Welcome to another episode of Timeout from Tamriel. This week I want to talk about Cyrodiil PvP. So I got some good feedback from Michael Burke on the YouTube comments, and he really said, hey Deltia, you may not know really what Cyrodiil is all about. And so that's probably true somewhat. If you've listened to me on Tales of Tamriel podcast or some of these other videos I've done, I really didn't like the change with forward camps that Cyrodiil has, making it basically a little bit more, I don't know, hard to get in fights, a little less zergy, if you will. So, my history here is that I was PvPing for quite a bit, and then I stopped once the forward camp changes. I want to talk about why, the history, and why I got back into it and love no forward camps. So, with that being said, let's get after it. Back in the day, I PvP'd 15 years overall, a billion different MMOs, basically Ultima Online, Warhammer, and then my most recent experience is Star Wars The Old Republic. And then Star Wars The Old Republic, traditional MMO, you queue up, 4v4 arenas, 8v8, oh my god, you're having fun, 10 minutes in, 10 minutes out, really, really fun. And so that's a good experience. And when I came into PvP in Elder Scrolls, there really is no instance-based PvP. It's this huge sprawling area in Cyrodiil. I liked it. And the reason I liked it is because, number one, I was on the really popular faction, Aldemary Dominion. And so with forward camps, what I could do is just basically solo YOLO, go into a group of 30, die, maybe kill 5 people, and who cares? Come back to a forward camp, and we'd just overpower people with numbers. At that point in the game, you really didn't need a whole lot of tactics. You didn't even need a good build. You just needed people. You just needed bodies. And the faction that had the best bodies, mine, would win. So it was really great being on that faction for me. I could just Rambo in, and who cares? If I die, I can just spawn right at a forward camp. So then ESO suddenly changed it, removed forward camps, and that kind of changed the fun for me. I found myself going back in there and getting sniped over and over, and didn't really evolve and change. So I had a gut reaction, just like any human being thing. This sucks if, it doesn't come easy. And I need to take my own advice, and that's actually find out the builds, the new metas, and let things smooth out. So, why did I come back to PvP? First off, ESO Live and 1.6 Champion System announced there's going to be new AVA abilities, specifically Guard. So for me, I really wanted to get those AVA abilities and be prepared for that. And then 2, I already conquered most everything in the PvE realm of the game. So I needed something new and fun to do. So this time I had to PvP. There was nothing else to do. So I changed my attitude a little bit. Got a little happy about it and said, you know what, I'm going to try this again. What else am I going to do, right? I mean, I have to. And it changed everything. This time, it was fun. I went in there knowing, 1, I can't solo YOLO like an idiot anymore. 2, I need to find out a better build and get my tactics down. And then 3, I'm going to need to be with a team or be around one to be successful. So I got a lot of really good feedback. Waylander OZ let me run with his guild, Nocturna. I really appreciate that. A Sweet Roll, when in Cypher, they kind of shared their build with me. So believe me, this is not my own build. It's kind of copying theirs. But they really helped me be successful with my Dragon Knight and get a build that actually works. Because I didn't spend the time invested like my other builds to really know what works on a large scale. So big shout out to them. And then Lazy Lewis. He kind of helped me with basic general tactics and kind of getting in, big groups that can actually control the battlefield. So big thanks to them. Now with that being said, the new Cyrodiil for me, it's just, I never understood it like this. There's so much layers and depths to PvP in Elder Scrolls Online. It is fantastic. You got big, huge battles with Zergs. That's not for everyone. You got small 4v4 encounters, like off in the distance, trying to cut off a supply line. You got sieging game. You got sneaking. You got stealth. You got anti-stealth. I mean, there's so much complexity to it. You really can pick your thing and be good at. Now, I want to give you a story. So, running with Nocturnal, I think they're Australian guild. Waylander, tell me if I'm wrong. But they wanted to do a scroll run. We're going to steal the scroll from Daggerfall. And they wanted me to get the scroll so I can make a video. It was a super cool opportunity. So it was about 8 or 10 of us. And we go in there. They do a 20-20 siege. Siege in the outwall, getting the inner wall down at the same time. So that way to keep his flag for a limited amount of time. Boom, we're going down. We're fighting. We're getting in there. Oh my god, it's so much fun. And so blue comes and ends up wiping us out. We hold our own versus about 20 or 30 blues for a while. Then they got us, and that's fine. But at that moment, I realized, our small little group, my Dragon Knight my one little Dragonite affected the overall campaign. That's PvP. That's PvP at its finest. When your little guy, when your one guy, your group of buddies can affect the PvP at large, that gives you tie into the game like you've never felt before. And from that point forward, I go, wow, this is the PvP that I want. So, with that being said, forward camps, I don't even notice that they're gone, to be completely honest with you. I think it would be good if they came back and maybe some instance where you couldn't abuse them. Like, you could only use them once every hour or something. It had to be like a super rare instance where you use them. But right now, I'm having the most fun in the game I've had in quite some time doing PvP. And I can do it solo by myself. I can do it with a small group. I can do it with a large group and still be successful. It's one of those things, I can't stop playing. I was in there 40 hours this week, just, couldn't get away from my keyboard. My wife's like, it's Christmas time. No, I gotta play this, it's awesome. So really big shout out to Michael Burke for giving me some tough feedback. I really appreciate it. I listen to you guys' comments, I really do. And so that was really needed. And getting back into Cyrodiil and really having fun with it again. So when I'm wrong, I'm really wrong. And I was wrong about forward camps. So what's next? I'm going to be PvPing on all my characters until 1.6 launches. That way I get a good perspective, unlock some of those abilities, and just have fun. Once 1.6 comes out, I'm going to have to redo basically all my guides, skills. It's going to take me a long time to get any new builds out to you. But I will have some new, more updated PvP builds. And if I'm using one that someone else created, believe me, I'm going to let you guys know about it. Because if it works, I'm going to use their build, believe me. So, no Emperor run yet. I really need to understand Cyrodiil better. But I just wanted to say, you know, I was wrong, and I had a gut reaction. And so now moving forward, I just couldn't be more happier PvPing. So big shout out to everyone that kind of helped me get back into PvP, give me some build advice, and I appreciate it. You guys in the community, this is why I do this stuff for you guys. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.